Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 13 of What If Naruto Was Banished and got a supernatural ability. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the final episode of What If Naruto Was, the Osusuki King that I posted over on Anime King. And later on, I'm going to be giving you a new episode of What If Naruto's from the two greatest clans. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys do enjoy. And I also posted a new episode, well, the last episode, of What If Aizuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for helping and support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Naruto and his group took on Hidan and Kakazu, as Suigetsu took on Hidan. Hidan tried to slice right through Suigetsu in order to get his blood, but he came to a shocking realization when Suigetsu turned into a puddle of water as he couldn't understand. Faltering for a split second, Suigetsu used his chance as he took off Hidan's head. Meanwhile, Naruto slammed another spiraling Rasengan right into Kakazu, as Kakazu was sent sailing out of there, losing another heart. Seeing that Hidan was in pieces, he retreated, knowing that he cannot go up against all of them. As he headed back to the leader, as he informed him about what happened, paying place to his personal goal, he will go after Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki, and Kakazu will go after Two Tails again. After Naruto has left Kumo, Naruto then went to visit the Raikage as him and the Raikage talk, as Naruto tell him about his nation that he was going to create, and he want to align with the Raikage, as they can band together and share idea about Akatsuki, and Naruto can end them, as soon enough they will come after B and then after him. As the Raikage accept that, as the group was surprised, mostly the group from Kumo to hear that. But the girls were happy that the Raikage accepted Naruto, that means he won't be hated by Kumo. Naruto and his friends then spent the night there, as Naruto was surprised by a wonderful gift when the three girls came to his room, and they all had a wonderful night. As Naruto went and dunked Hidan's head the next morning at the bottom of the ocean, at a very deep ocean. And yet again Naruto was flying, as he got caught up in the onslaught of birds. That same bird that glared at him the last time, it was after revenge. Who knows when he will be seeing it soon again. They then went to visit Aizuraibe. There, night quickly came as Naruto was about to visit Aizuraibe at the pond, when Itachi arrived. As Itachi told him that Kakazu would still go after Yujito, and the leader is coming after him personally. He just told him to remember that he has an eye in the enemy camp, as Naruto accepted that, as Itachi realized that Naruto is trusting him a bit more, as Itachi was grateful to hear that, and with that he left. The group then went to the hidden waterfall, as they were greeted by Shibuki and Fu, as Naruto informed Shibuki about Kakazu. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can switch across to the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? After visiting Taki, Naruto was flying the group on the carpet. Meanwhile, Suigetsu was in deep thought as he flashed back to a few hours ago. What? Where are you going? Suigetsu asked. We're going to Kiri, Suigetsu, Naruto said. As Suigetsu pouted a bit. What are you so pouty for? Asked Karen. In case you forgot, I have history with that village, said Suigetsu. I said it before, Suigetsu. Things have changed since then. You will find it's not bloody as it used to be. The Mizukage will be fine with you stepping into the village. I talked it over with her, Naruto said. Well, if you insist, but I still have my history with it, said Suigetsu, as he crossed his arms. Well, let's get going, Naruto said. Back to the present, Naruto was staring the carpet, as he looked down. Here, he said, as they reached the land, as Naruto sealed away the carpet as four walked down the path. Arriving at the gate, they were stopped by the guards as Naruto showed his official pass that Mei gave him. They walk into the village, with Suigetsu looking around in surprise. Place has surely changed. Wow, for some reason I actually feel calm here, he said, as they made their way towards the building. As Ao came up to the group, "Oh Naruto, we were wondering when you would get here." "Hi Ao," Naruto said, "you look like you're doing well." "Yes I am," Ao said, as he then noticed others. "This must be your new team." "Yes, this is Jugo, Karin, Suigetsu," Naruto said. "Guys, this is Ao, one of the Mizukage trusted guards. Nice to meet you all. Now if you follow me, I'll take you to see the Mizukage," he said. When they enter, they saw Mei at her desk. As she was going through some paperwork, she put that aside. "Oh, welcome my guest, Takiri. Hi Mei, it's good to see you." She got up and went over as she hugged him. "And it's good to see you too again, Naruto," she said. As Naruto team looked at the Mizukage with mixed reaction. "She's beautiful," Karin thought with envy. "A female Kage," thought Jugo. "Well, she's definitely an improvement on the last Mizukage with looks," thought Suigetsu. "So, these are the ones you recruited," she asked. "Yes, Jugo, Karin, and Suigetsu. Guys, meet Mei Terume, the 5th Mizukage," Naruto said. "Well, I'm glad to meet you all," she said as her eyes fell upon Suigetsu. "Suigetsu, I can imagine how much is going through your head at this moment." "Too much," Suigetsu said. "Well, I promise you, things are different. What happened with the Seven Swordsman is not just an impact on all of them and you, but the others as well. Even though the swordsmen were trained to be ruthless killers, they were all dedicated shinobi." "Well, you know that, seeing that you're related to one of them." "I know. Well, I trust Naruto in what he said about the village, so I'll take his word and trust you as well," said Suigetsu. "Thank you. And trust me when I say this, I'm sorry about your brother," Mei said. "Is there a memorial anywhere for the fallen members?" he asked. "Yes. I shall show it to you personally," she said. As Naruto then looked around, "Where is Utakata and Hotaru?" "You'll find them at training ground, Naruto. You know how Hotaru acts when Utakata is too laid back with her training." "I know," Naruto said as he chuckled. "I'll catch up with you guys later," Suigetsu said as Mei led him out of the office. As Mei led Suigetsu through the village, she noticed he was looking around, as a lot must be going through his head. She then looked at his back. "I noticed that they're carrying Kibikarai. That is Zabuza's sword. How did you manage to come across it?" she asked. "Didn't Naruto tell you the story about him meeting Zabuza Senpai in the Wave Country?" "He did," Mei said. "Well, after he freed me, we traveled here where I picked this up. After all, I was trained in swords art, in the best in the village." "I'm aware of that," said Mei. "Then you're obviously aware of my ambition," said Suigetsu. "Yes, I understand you want to make a new generation of 7 ninja swordsmen," she said. "To do so, you require the other swords wielded by the last members." "Yes, this is just a starting point, because I will find the other swords and find new users for them. Naruto told me you have one of them already, and he's being used by another. His name is Kojo, isn't it?" "Yes," Mei said. "According to Naruto, he may have low self-esteem, but in combat he fights like a real swordsman," said Suigetsu. "That he does. I couldn't see anyone else wielding that blade." As Suigetsu wondered if he could bring Kojo into his new swordsman group. As they finally reach the memorial stone, as the names of the 7 ninja swordsmen who died in the coup were there. As Suigetsu saw his brother name, "Well, this is it," said Mei. As she looked at Suigetsu, "I remember all these names. These guys were my idols," he said. "I trained long and hard, hoping that one day I could be a part of their group, just as my brother did." That was a long time ago," he said, as he looked at the names. As he remembered his brother, when the both of them were just kids. He remembered losing his brother, and he remembered fleeing. He remembered getting captured by Orochimaru, up to the point where Naruto saved him. He then looked at Mei. "I never made it to the 7 ninja swordsman, and I know running away was stupid and foolish, but I just couldn't help myself after what happened." Mei placed a hand on his shoulder. "We all felt like that once in our lives, Suigetsu. We can't change what happened to your brother or you, but we can move on and make ourselves better for the people we care about now," she said. "Yeah, Naruto told me that is exactly what he's been doing since he's been banished from Konoha. But can I really do the same as him?" said Suigetsu, as he then found himself being pulled into Mei's embrace, as he was shocked. "I think you can, Suigetsu," she said. "You just have to learn to have faith in yourself and those who can help you. And if you ever need any more support, I can be there for you." As Suigetsu, for once, he felt like things could just start looking up more, even better. "Yeah, I hope you're watching, brother, because I am going to make a new team with the help from Naruto and the new age of Kiri, and make them even better than the old generation," he said. Meanwhile, Naruto, Karin, and Jugo were heading towards the training field. When Naruto looked up ahead, there they are, he said, as he saw Hotaru sparring with Utakata. Utakata and Hotaru then stopped as they turned. Naruto, said Hotaru, as she ran over, as she jumped straight into his arms as he caught her, as she laid a passionate kiss on his lips. What the hell is going on? Does he do this to every girl he sees? Karin said to Jugo, who just simply shrugged his shoulders. Utakata then walked up. It's good to see you, Naruto, he said, as both of them shook hands. Right back at you, Utakata, Naruto said. How are you guys doing, he asked. We're doing great, and it looks like you're doing as well, she said. Who are they, she asked, looking at the other two. These are two members of my new team, Naruto said. The big guy is Jugo, and this is Karin. She's a long-lost family member. Nice to meet you too, Hotaru said, as she and Utakata shake each of their hands. As Karin shook Hotaru's hand, she gazed at her chest as she was envious. The pleasure's ours, said Jugo. I have a third teammate to introduce you to, but he's currently out with me. I see, Utakata said. You two look like you've been really working hard, Naruto said, as he noticed the state of a training ground that has been used. I know, but Utakata says he has been holding back, said Hotaru, as she puffed her cheeks out at her master. I don't see why I should give my all to you when you're still not ready to face me at the peak of my power, he said. Well, how the hell can I learn more when you don't give me your all, she argued. You two never changed, Naruto said, as he chuckled. Well, it's nice to see you all getting along so well, Mei said, as she and Suigetsu approached. Hey, there you are, Suigetsu. How did it go, Naruto said. It went better, actually. I feel better now, Suigetsu said. Well, good for you, Naruto said, as he turned to Hotaru and Utakata. I would like you two to meet. Suigetsu, Hotaru said. We heard about him in Kiri's history. From his appearance, I can tell, said Utakata. Yeah, I do have a reputation on my plate, said Suigetsu, as Hotaru was looking at the blade. So this is the sword that once belonged to Zabuza Momokai, she said. That's right, but now I wield it, said Suigetsu. As Jugo leaned over to Naruto, so Utakata is here also a Jinjulki. That's right, he contains the Rokibai, known as the Saikon. Both Naruto and I are on a hit list of the Akatsuki organization, and we understand what each other went through. And all, said Utakata. I can tell. I myself didn't have such a love in life, said Jugo, as the both of them were now in a gloomy mode. Naruto placed his arms around the both of them. Come on, guys. No slumping, he said. You're all doing well now, right? Well, I suppose, Utakata said, as he slightly smiled. Yes, so am I, said Jugo. Well, said Mei, since you guys have come so far, I will be honored if you join me for dinner tonight, she said. Why, we will be delighted, Mei-sama, Naruto said. Later that night, Mei, Hotaru, Utakata, Kojiro, and the others are there, as Kojiro in awe to see Zabuza's sword that Suigetsu was wielding. So, just out of curiosity, what were the original members of 7 Ninja Swordsmen like? Asked Kojiro. As Suigetsu turned towards him, they were some badass shinobi who have ever existed in this village. Ruthless, merciless, and cunning. The sword you carry is actually my brother wielding sword. So I heard, your brother was incredible. That he was, and I am proud to be his brother, said Suigetsu with a smile. So Naruto said that you have an ambition to start another 7 Ninja Swordsman team, said Kojiro. That's right. So when I get close to that goal, I was wondering, will you be willing to join me, he said, looking at Kojiro. Well, I'm not a full master yet, so I still have a long way to go, he said. Well, don't worry, I can wait for your answer as long as it doesn't take till next century, said Suigetsu. As the both of them chuckled, Mei then turned towards Naruto. Has there been any other sign of the Akatsuki? Not since Kumo take down one of the members known as Hidan, but his partner, Kakazu, escaped. Hidan and Kakazu, Mei said. I recall those names from Bingo book. Both of them dangerous indeed. Yes. Now Hidan is history, Naruto said. So we just have Kakazu to worry about, and that duo is done for. So the three of you are going to help Naruto strengthen up his manpower, so he can build up the strength of his village in the making. Utakata asked Naruto's team. Of course, after Orochimaru had us under his thumb for so many years, Naruto decided to give us a better lease on life. Plus, it's good to be about and moving, rather than being contained, said Suigetsu. And with Kumo on my side, I will have more manpower than before. Kumo, said Kojiro. Wait, did you actually manage to convince your stubborn Raikage to forge an alliance with you, Mei said, as she gasped in surprise. She didn't actually think that he would be able to do it. Well, it wasn't easy, believe me, but I managed to get him to see things from the full perspective, Naruto said. You are a wonder as always, Naruto, Mei said. But of course, Naruto said, as they all laughed. Later on, all of them were given a room, while Naruto was sitting on his bed waiting. As the door creaked open, sorry if I kept you waiting, Hotaru said as he entered. Oh, no worries, Naruto said. You're just in time. As she quickly leaped on the bed, as both of them shared a passionate kiss. You've been gone for so long, she said, as she punched him slightly in the shoulder. I promise I won't spend so long away again, Naruto said, as she pouted. Aw, come on, you still mad at me, he said, as she huffed and didn't answer him. As he then kissed her. As he then kissed her and kissed her and kissed her and kissed her, until she started to giggle. Alright, fine, I forgive you, she said. But if only you didn't have to keep popping in and out, we could always be together. Not to worry, Hotaru. When Uzu is properly restored and required the official rights, the village will reborn. You will be with me, all the time. Well, that's unless you get sick of me. Don't say things like that, I'll never get sick of you, she said. But for now, she said, let's enjoy ourselves. As she quickly removed her shirt. Now, that's what I like to hear, Naruto said, as she giggled and smashed his face right into her bosom. After a few hours, the both of them were lying on their covers as they were panting. You really are a monster when it comes to stamina, you know that? 8 times, she said. Well, I did miss you, Naruto said. I'm exhausted. I don't think that I can even move, she said. But it was amazing. Well, we're sticking around for another few days, Naruto said, as she got a nervous smile on her face. I don't think I can go so much time. You have that crazy stamina, but I'll try my best, as Naruto planted a gentle kiss on her lips, as the both of them went to sleep. A week later, after their stay in Kiri, they were back on the road again, as they hadn't heard from the Akatsuki or anything about Root. But Naruto knew he couldn't get too comfortable with the silence. They were currently in a town stocking up on things. As Naruto, Jugo, and Karen exit a shop, that should be enough, Naruto said, until they saw Suigetsu coming up to them with a giant bag full of bottle of water. I don't know, Suigetsu said. I think I can do with a little more. Why the hell did you buy so much water, Karen asked. Hey, if we're going to the sand, I need insurance. I already drink plenty of water, so imagine that scorching heat. I wouldn't be able to take that, he said. He does have a point, Karen said, Jugo. The sand is really hot. Karen rolled her eyes, whatever, she said. Well, we got enough, so let's get going, Naruto said, as they went off and got on the carpet and headed off. As they were flying, Jugo spoke. So the Kazekage, Gaara, he was once a Jinchuriki like you. That's right, Gaara was practically the same as you, Jugo. But I was one to turn him around and he became a better guy. I do regret though that I wasn't able to save him before he had Shikaku removed from him. That's why I promise I won't let Yujito, Fu, B, Utsukata, none of them suffer the same fate. Some time passed as they were flying across the desert. Brace yourself, guys, Naruto said, we're almost there. As he started to lower the carpet down, soon they came on the sandy terrain. As Naruto sealed away the carpet, as all of them stood on the sand. I knew it, said Suigetsu, it's even worse down here. As they approached the gates, hold it, the guard said. Naruto sighed, wishing that they would recognize him so they wouldn't need identification. But after what happened with the Akatsuki, they couldn't take any chances. Here guys, he said, as he showed them the ID badge that Gaara gave him. They looked at it and saw that it was legit. Welcome back, Naruto. The second guard eyed the other three. Are they with you? They are, Naruto said, and they're legit as well. Welcome to the sand, the first one spoke. We hope you enjoy your time here. As the other three nodded as they entered the village. So this is the village of the sand, huh? Karen said. For a moment there, I thought the entire place would be covered in sand, the houses and everything, said Jugo. But it's rather looking nice. Nice? This place is goddamn hot, said Suigetsu, as he started to drink a bottle of water. Man, I feel like the water is even evaporating. Relax, when nighttime comes, Naruto said. It gets a lot cooler. I hope it does, Karen said, as she wiped away the sweat that was building across her forehead. Well, first, we should go and check with Gaara, Naruto said. But before he could walk off, Naruto! As Naruto turned, as Naruto saw, it was Pakura, her student Maki, and another, Kunoichi. The other one was fair skin, long black hair and brown eyes. Pakura, as Pakura gave him a hug as he hugged her back. Well, at least this time, this one didn't kiss him, said Karen. Man, she's hot, said Suigetsu, as Jugo nodded slightly. It's good to see you, Naruto, said Pakura. And it's great to see you too, Naruto said. As Naruto looked, oh, and Maki, you're looking great. As Maki gave him a hug as he hugged her back. As Naruto then heard the black-haired girl spoke, hi. You probably don't remember me, she said. Oh, don't say that, Naruto said as he got a good look at her. You're Yukada. Yes, Yukada said as she gasped. Oh, I was worried. Since that you've seen half of the sand guards, and even the rookie guards. I didn't think that you would notice me out of them, she said. Well, surprise, surprise, he said in a joke, as the four of them laughed. Oh, guys, come meet the others, Naruto said. Who are these three? Pakura asked, eyeing them. These are my three partners. This is Shigetsu, Jugo, and Karin, my long-distance relative. A relative? Maki said. Yeah, she's a Uzumaki just like me, Naruto said. Guys, this is Maki, Pakura's student. This is Pakura. And Yukata. It's a pleasure to meet you all, Jugo said. Yes, a real pleasure, said Shigetsu, while raised his eyebrows up and down at Yukata as she looked at him. In your dreams, she said. Ouch, Shigetsu said. Ignore him, it's nice to meet you three, Karin said. I heard of you, she said, looking at Pakura from the records. You're one of the Sand's strongest kunoichi, and the holder of the Keiki Genkai Scarlet Release. Well, I do have a certain reputation, Pakura said. I'm just on my way to see Gaara, Naruto said. He's not too busy, I hope. Unfortunately, Kazekage is at a meeting, and you won't be finished for at least a few hours, Maki said. Damn it, Naruto said. But hey, we can always entertain you while you wait, Pakura said. Yeah, if you're hungry, we can do lunch, Yukata said. Shigetsu's eyes lit up. Sounds like a plan, he said. I'm all in. I guess I could eat, said Jugo. Why not, said Karin. Alright then, lead on, girls, Naruto said, as the three led them through the village. Soon they were sitting outside of a sand cafe. So Shigetsu, Maki said, you're looking to become the leader of the new band of 7 Ninja Swordsmen. Yeah, that's right. But to do that I need to acquire the original swords. And right now one of them is a long ways from here. The rest are being watched over by the Mizukage. But she promised that if I can find new wielders that will value them, she will pass them on to me so I can fulfill my ambition. What about the rest of you girls? Jugo asked Maki and Yukata. Well, I'm aiming to be a great kunoichi like Pakura Sensei, Maki said, as she smiled at her mentor who smiled back. And I'm training with my other fellow rookies to become an excellent guard for the village, said Yukata. Sounds like you two know exactly what you're aiming for, said Karin. So Naruto, any of the Akatsuki giving you trouble? Sakura asked, concerned. Well, we ran into two more and those two were hard to kill. In fact, we didn't even kill them, Naruto explained. What do you mean? Asked Maki. Their names are Hidan and Kakazu. According to your reputation, they were known as the Zombie Brothers. Zombie Brothers? Yukata asked. Well, Hidan was part of some cult that gave him immortality. We only defeated him by slicing off his head and throw it into a chasm while we threw his body into the sea. What about Kakazu? Pakura asked. Well, he steals hearts, and every heart that he got, he can use your nature, Naruto said. Alone to have 5 nature. He has all 5? Maki says, he gasped. Correct, Naruto said. We weren't able to destroy all of his hearts before he fled. How did you end up running into those two? Asked Pakura. Naruto was curious, so he tell him about helping Yujito. Before he could answer, he froze. He started to get a vision of the forest, just right outside the sand borders, as he saw a Akatsuki member there. But it wasn't just any Akatsuki member. It was the one Itachi told him about, Madara Uchiha. The one who was going by that name, that orange mask, with a single eye hole. Naruto. Naruto, said Shigetsu. Naruto, Shigetsu shouted in his ear. Naruto snapped out of it and gasped. Naruto, you okay? Pakura asked. You just zoomed out, said Maki. Naruto, what's up? Asked Jugo. Sorry guys, but there's something I need to check out, Naruto said, as he just flew off. Naruto, they called out to him. Where is he going? Asked Yukata. I don't know, but we should find out, said Shigetsu. Can you fly, dumbass? Said Karin. Then we will just have to run it, said Jugo. You guys stay here, we will see what is going on, said Karin, as the 3 of them headed off. Meanwhile, Naruto was speeding through the sky, so that's the one Itachi told me about, Madara Uchiha. At least that is what he claims to be. I don't know how strong he is, but if he can go toe-to-toe with the first Hokage, he must be incredibly strong. I know I said I wouldn't go after the Akatsuki alone, but I don't want to drag them into this fight unless I truly know what I am up against. But if I'm going up against Madara Uchiha, I have to truly bring my A game. Naruto arrived at the forest. Well, I have to play this right if this guy's Madara Uchiha. As he looked and saw the figure with his back turned to him. Perfect, I can sneak up at him from behind. As he created a Rasengan, he then flew as fast as possible. As, to his surprise, his hand phased right through him, while his entire body did as he crashed into a tree. Tobi looked down, looking at Naruto. Well, howdy there, stranger, he said. Naruto got up. What the hell just happened? I was right on him. How did I pass right through him? Unless, could it be an illusion? Kai, Naruto said. So, he's not a Genjutsu either. But how did I pass right through him? I didn't expect Tobi to run into anyone today, Tobi said in a goofy manner. Is this really Madara Uchiha, Naruto thought? He certainly has a puzzling sense of humor. Well, I have to play this smart. Who are you, Naruto asked. Who am I? Toby said. I am Toby, of course. Toby, Naruto thought. Of course you use an alias. Alright, Toby, what's up with the cloak, Naruto said. Oh, this old thing? Oh, you see, I'm part of a secret organization that is known as the Akatsuki. But don't tell anyone, okay? It's a secret. Right, Naruto said. Well, sorry, but I'm gonna have to stop you. Stop me? But I didn't do anything, Toby said innocently. Not yet, but eventually, Naruto said. As he dashed towards Toby, who started to sight him. As Naruto tried to punch him in the gut. But he passed right through him. What the hell are you? A ghost or something? A ghost? Weird, Toby said, looking around. Oh, you're speaking of me. Well, if I were a ghost, I would be much scarier, like... Boo, he said. Is this guy mocking me, Naruto thought. Why don't you do me a favor and take that mask off, Naruto said. What, this? Haven't you ever watched something with a secret identity? Don't you know how they work? Yes, but in your case, I want to know what you're hiding. As Naruto raised his hands, the mask was pulled towards him. As Toby quickly covered his face. As Naruto shattered the mask. Now, show me what you look like. Toby turned to face Naruto. You tore my mask off my face, he said. As half of his face looked like battle scars. And his voice was now incredibly deeper. So, he's an imposter, Naruto thought, after seeing Toby's face, knowing that there is no way he's Madara Uchiha, as he remembered Madara's face after the battle with Sasuke at the Valley of the End. Naruto Uzumaki, I've been waiting for you to show up, Toby said. Well, I'm gonna make you wish longer, Naruto said, as he dashed towards him, but Toby grabbed his wrist. Now you're mine, Toby said as he started trying to absorb Naruto. But Naruto and his eyes locked. As Naruto then saw something, there was a psychic link between them, as their eyes locked on each other. Naruto see, like he was looking through another pair of eyes, where he saw a figure running through Konoha, before coming to a stop at two figures. The first was his father, and the second was Kakashi when he was much younger. As Naruto was looking through a POV, as he was watching a life, he then saw who it was. As the boy looked into the mirror, it was Kakashi, old Genin team friend Obito. More images passed by, as Naruto saw everything. As he saw Obito getting crushed by a rock, to land in a cavern, where he saw an elderly man, the real Madara Uchiha. As he saw more memories, as Kakashi's other teammate Ren, as she had a Shidori through her chest, as Kakashi was one that stabbed her. He then saw Obito, leading the Akatsuki from shadows, everything up to that point. The manipulation of Yagura, the fourth Mizukage, formed an alliance with the Rain, and even the night when he was born, and when Kurama was sealed inside of him. The both of them were then blown away, as Naruto's psychic engine pushed out. What just happened? Obito said. You're not Madara Uchiha, Naruto said. You're Obito Uchiha. As Toby was shocked. How did you? I saw everything. I saw your memories. You are Konoha Shinobi, who wants to become Hokage, and you would always do anything for your comrades. That's all in the past, Obito said, getting over his shock. Everyone thought that you were dead. Your name was placed on a memorial stone for heroes. Pardon me if I withhold my enthusiasm, said Obito. So you fell into a cavern and met the real Madara Uchiha, who was living. Yes, as you can see, he opened up my eyes to the harsh reality of ninja world, Obito explained. All this war, genocide, and slaughter, that is what rules our world. But Madara has a plan to put a stop to that. As Naruto remembered the memories, by capturing all the 9 Bijus, and creating a Jubi, then you would fuse with him and become the 10-tailed host, and cast an eternal genjutsu over the world. Very perceptive, Obito said. Well then, now that I know your plan, that makes it even worse, Naruto said. You're not going to succeed in this crazy dream of yours. Is that so? Obito says he crossed his arms. That's right, because I'm going to take you down, right here, and right now, Naruto said. Try me. Naruto dashed towards Obito, but he kept on phasing right through him. It's pointless to attack me. I'm untouchable. I know, through your memories, your Sharingan power allow you to turn your body intangible by distorting piece of your body in different areas, Naruto said. Well, let's see how that works when you don't know where I'm going to strike. As Naruto simply flicked his wrist, Obito cried out in pain as his arm was ripped from the socket. As he looked over at Naruto panting, he attacked me without even laying his hands on me. But I can't let the Kyuubi Jinchuriki escape now. He is too much of a threat. Zetsu then came from the ground. What happened? I found our new target, Obita said. The Kyuubi Jinjulki, said Zetsu. Naruto squinted his eyes. So this was Madara creation, Zetsu. A parasitic creature created from both the cells of the first and Madara. I'll need to crush the both of them, Naruto said. Until time seemed to slow down as he saw many spiders, white spiders raining down on him. As they exploded. Miss me kid, Deidara said. When the smoke cleared, Naruto was completely unfazed by the attack, as his body was cloaked in the red chakra preventing him from getting badly damaged. But how, Naruto said, you self-destruct yourself, as he had to keep that secret that he didn't know, for Itachi's sake. You naive kid, that was just my self-destructive clone. After you tore my arms off and I landed in the forest, I quickly substituted my clone while I hid in the earth. Deidara then looked down. Toby, is that you? What happened to your mask? Never mind that. We got more important matters to deal with, Deidara. Hey, what's up with your voice? And why aren't you referring to me as senpai? Deidara said, confused. Forget that, we need to capture Jinchuriki, Obita said, as the three stood ready. Bring it, Naruto said. Against all of us, even with your abilities, you won't stand a chance, said Deidara. We will even the odds. As Suigetsu, Karin and Jugo jumped at Naruto's sides. Guys, what are you doing here, Naruto said. Like hell we just let you go off on your own, Suigetsu said as he raised his sword. We're a team, aren't we, said Jugo. Naruto was surprised. Yeah, we are, he said. But if you get through this, we will be expecting an explanation from you, Karin said. Deal, Naruto said. Knowing he couldn't keep hiding his secret anymore. So what are we up against, Jugo asked. The one on the right is Deidara, the Akatsuki member I fought some time ago. He specializes in clay bombs. That one is Zetsu, it's a living creature created from the cells of Madara and the first Hokage. Seriously? Said Karin as she looked at the two half-being. And the one in the center is Obito Uchiha, Naruto said. Deidara was shocked. Uchiha? He then saw the eye. Sharingan? Obito scowled. Focus on capturing the Jinchuriki, he said. Deidara frowned as he was being ordered around by a guy who was a rookie in the Akatsuki. Nor realized he was being ordered around by an Uchiha. That made him even more hateful, seeing that Itachi bested him and they were always acting so cold. Those damn Uchihas. We will have a talk after this, Obito said. You guys hand the blondie and the plant. Scarface is mine, Naruto said. As Karin stood back, as the other two took off the fight, while Karin helped to sense out their chakra and tell them where they are. As Naruto looked at Obito. Deidara didn't let up though, as the moment they came after him, he started to launch his bomb after them. Man, these bombs are becoming a pain, said Suigetsu. Jugo landed beside him and went partial curse mode. We can't give up. We promised Naruto we will handle him, and that's just what we're going to do. He turned his left arm into a massive ox as he launched at Deidara. Suigetsu turned towards Zetsu. Figure I'm stuck with the ugly looking guy. Well, just another to slice down. As he started to slice after Zetsu, Zetsu kept on dodging. As Suigetsu spun around and brought his sword down to split Zetsu in half. But the white and half then separated. What? Suigetsu said as his sword slammed into the ground from the force. Both half then grabbed him from either side, pushing him to the ground. Let me go, he said. We should bring him back to the lair and figure out how we can make use of him, said White Zetsu. How about I make use of you guys? As Suigetsu used its ability as he pumped his arms giant as he pushed them off of him. As he spun around the spinning motion, slicing off both of their heads. Good job, Suigetsu, Karin said. Meanwhile, Jugo kept on dodging as he kept on jumping from tree branch to tree branch, trying to reach Deidara. You're mine, Jugo said as he leaped up in the air. As Deidara turned his bird in mid-air, but then Jugo released thrusters from his back, as that caught Deidara off guard, as Jugo steered right through the bird, causing Deidara to free fall. As Jugo then slammed right into him. I have you now, as Jugo raised his hand to decapitate him. Actually, you're mine. As Deidara's entire body turned white. Actually, you're mine. But before he could do anything, Suigetsu arrived and sliced Deidara straight off of Jugo, throwing the white clay down to the ground, where he exploded. Where's the real one? Said Suigetsu. Karin, sense around. He's above us, she said. They looked up to see Deidara on a higher tree branch. Bombs away, he says. He rained down bombs on them. Take cover, Karin said as he jumped away, as the bombs exploded the area. Jugo then shifted into a full curse form, as he dashed to tree branch, going up for Deidara. Damn, what the hell is with you? You monster, said Deidara. I'll rip you to pieces. I won't let you harm my friends. as Jugo leaped up in the air and aimed the cannon that were coming from his back straight towards Deidara. They gathered a large amount of chakra before firing off a boom, being right in the center of the attack. Deidara could only watch. This is going to be some explosion, he said. Meanwhile, Obito was vanishing and teleporting right in front of Naruto with using space-time jutsu, but Naruto was blowing him away. After the 3 years of intense workout and training I went through to threaten my mind, you can't beat me no matter who you are, Naruto said. When we'll have to see about that. Well then, I know how to quickly end this, Naruto said. As he held out his hand, before Obito knew it, the Sharingans were ripped out of their eye socket, causing him to cry out in even more pain as blood ran down. You bastard, you took my eyes, said Obito. Well, now without them, you can't use your jutsu, Naruto said. I may not be able to see you, but I can still sense you, Obito said. Your senses won't save you from this, Naruto said, as he lowered his hand, as Obito's body was sent crashing to the ground, a boom. Naruto then raised Obito by the neck as he started to choke, as Naruto gripped his hand, as Obito's neck snapped, and his body collapsed with a thud. As Naruto walked over, now the true member of the Akatsuki is dead, he said. Well, there is still the second in command, was it? Naruto, as Naruto turned to see the other three arrive. Are you okay? Jugo asked. I'm alright, Naruto said. What about you guys? Never been better, as they looked down at Obito's corpse. So you finally did, huh? Said Shigetsu. Yeah, this guy was responsible for the attack on Konoha all those years ago. He's the reason why my parents are dead. He deserves what he gets. As Naruto then levitated the eyeballs up to him. Gross, Karen said. You gouge his eyes out? That's some really gruesome thing, said Shigetsu. Naruto levitated Obito's corpse up. So, you dead to the other two? They're long dead, said Jugo. Alright, let's get back to the sand. As Naruto led them out of the forest and through the desert back to the village. Upon arriving, the three girls were there, and this time Kankuro, Gaara, and Temari were there as well. Naruto, as Naruto and his group landed before them. Hey Gaara, Naruto said. What happened? Asked Temari. We heard that you guys rush off. And what's that? Said Maki. At she, and Yukata looked freaked out at the corpse. Naruto's levitating. Alright, let me explain, Naruto said. Later in a room, Obito's corpse was lying on a table. As Naruto explained everything about Itachi the Akatsuki, Obito leading the group and everything. And that's about everything. Whoa, said Kankuro. So that was the true mastermind behind the Akatsuki organization, said Temari, looking at Obito's corpse. You actually killed him? Said Pakura. And all you said about Itachi Uchiha? Yes, Naruto said. And you've been keeping contact with Itachi? Asked Jugo. Well, not when I once. He come to me, Naruto said. And you haven't told this to us. Why? Asked Shigetsu. Because I wasn't sure if I trusted Itachi myself at the time, Naruto said. I didn't tell anyone about him until I was actually sure. And now I know for certain Itachi is my ally. As Karin, Jugo and Shigetsu looked at each other. Naruto, we're supposed to be your team. Yeah, and teammates don't keep secret from each other. Doesn't matter if it's true or not, said Karin. Yeah, you're right, Naruto said. It was my mistake for keeping it from you guys so long. You have every right to be disappointed in me. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to continue my journey, Naruto said. We didn't say that, said Jugo. Yeah, we're still sticking around, said Shigetsu. Even after how I lied to you guys, Naruto asked as he was shocked. We're all family now, Naruto, since you united us. And families stay together, said Karin. But, said Karin, we expect you to trust us more from now on. Yeah, so no more secrets, said Shigetsu. As Jugo nodded as well. Deal, said Naruto. So what's gonna happen now, Pakura asked. Are you gonna send a message to Tsunade-sama? No, I can't reveal the truth about Itachi to those about Konoha. If words about this broke out, there will be a massive outburst in the village. Granted, I shouldn't care about that place anymore. There are still those in the village I care about though. Besides, Danzo and the elders will automatically deny everything. And if Tsunade tried to pry this out of them, they will no doubt try to silence her and all those she care about. And that will just cause a lot of problem. I myself have been dragged into the Uchiha affair and must carry the burden of Itachi's secret on my shoulders. That's deep, said Kankuro. Then what about him, Obito? Said Temari. Do you intend on telling them about him, Gaara asked. He's also a no-say. Obito Uchiha was Kakashi's comrade. If I reveal this to Kakashi, I feel like he will break his spirit. But to them he's already dead, and he's a hero who gave his life for them, so I won't bring back up the memories. So this is going to be a secret between us now, Maki asked. Yes, as far as anyone knows. Obito Uchiha died a year ago, Naruto said. This man Toby is nothing but a second, twisted Uchiha Madara, who got changed by the world. No one shall know of his true identity. We must destroy his body while I hold on to the eyes, Naruto said. As Gar and the others nodded at the suggestion. So what will you do with them? Asked. You got the axe. Right now I'll keep them just in case we need leverage, Naruto said. Soon, Naruto levitated Obito's corpse as he placed it into the incinerator and burnt the ash. So, I guess this is the end, huh? Said Jugo. Yeah, with this guy gone. The Akatsuki's are just wandering sheep without a master, right? Hardly, Naruto said. Toby may be gone along with Deidara and Zetsu, but the Akatsuki's are still far from over. After all, one of the members is still more intent on capturing the Bijus. And until they are dealt with, we're not safe. Plus, Obito has a lot more hidden. What do you mean? Asked Kankuro. When Obito's eye met my own, I somehow managed to look through his memories by reading his mind with my psychic powers. He has 2 other bases set up in the land. One of them has multiple Sharingan eyes preserves. A Uchiha treasure trove, said Segetsu. Yeah, I'll need to collect all those eyes before someone else finds them and take them for their own. And then there's another place I need to visit. And what's that, Maki asked. There's another place with an army of 100,000 Zetsus that are standby. Wait, 100,000? The girls asked. That's a lot, Kankuro said. Yes, through Obito's memories I discovered that the white and black are actually created from Hoshirama's cells. All those white Zetsu clones were bred from Hoshirama's cell. The black one is Madara, is Will, and I cannot have them lurking about. I must destroy every trace of the Hokage's genie collected, as well as the clones. Can't that wait until tomorrow? Karin asked. Yes, Naruto said. It's been a long day for all of us. Agreed. So let's get you settled in, Gara said. But guys, I'll be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And go ahead and check out the other what ifs, guys. But for now, I'm out. See you guys soon. Yeah, peace.